Hi, I'm Dominic Obojkovits. I'm the Chief Game Architect at StarVara. I would say one of my most memorable experiences as a games developer was when we first launched Damascus and we were sitting in the opening island of that game and we just saw players start streaming in, and because it was this massively multiplayer game we could immediately start seeing the engagement, and the players were asking us questions directly and we were engaging with them and teaching them how to play. And I think it was in that moment that I really realized I wanted to build communities with making games. It wasn't just about creating a product, it was also about creating a community. And I think to that end, that's what I'm bringing with me to StarVara, in the sense that we want to create this global gaming community of people that are, playing the game with us. I'd say at the very least I'd like them to have fun. I'd like everyone that plays the game just to have a good time. Ultimately it's entertainment, and I think that should be the first thing that we're trying to achieve. But beyond that, I'd want them to have a social experience, and I'd want them to have one that's got a little bit of real life stakes to it. And I think that's also one of the reasons why the crypto layer is so interesting to me, because suddenly not only can you play a video game with your friends, but just like playing poker with your friends, you can put a little bit on the line and get a little bit of enjoyment out of it. I'd say the first piece of advice I'd give to an aspiring game developer is don't make an MMORPG. They are the hardest types of games to build and take a lot of experience before you'll get there. I'd say the best approach is just to build as many indie games as you can. Try and give yourself a 3-month dev cycle and get it out there as quickly as possible, because nothing's gonna make your skin harder or let you learn what is and isn't a good game than raw feedback from a public audience. So get your work out there, do it as much as you can, and it's a marathon, not a sprint, so just keep grinding. I would say the biggest evolutions I expect in the next 10 years for the gaming industry is a big shift from paid games into almost completely free-to-play games that are supported by their asset economies, in the form of cosmetics and NFTs and the tokenization of in-game assets. I really think crypto is going to play a big role in pushing that forward. And I think as gamers get control over their own in-game assets and they're able to swap them between communities, it's going to not only empower gamers, but it's also going to give access to video games to significantly more people. And in terms of how StarVara is positioned in that, I think we're very front-footed, in the sense that what we're trying to do is usher in that kind of idea, and we're very forward-thinking in terms of how we're implementing crypto and how we're putting a focus on the gamer and what their needs are, rather than what the crypto industry wants from us. So for me, ever since day one, and it's still to this day, it is in my top 3 games of all time, but that would be Diablo 1. And I'd say Diablo 1 left a massive impact on me, and to this day, parts of its design is present in almost any video game that I build, and in very subtle ways. So I'm looking at XP tables and drop rates and dopamine loops from that perspective. But yeah, if you have a keen eye, you'd be able to see the influences from Diablo 1 in StarVara, even though the games are very different from an aesthetic perspective.